Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Sunday Morning Sitdowns. In today's episode, we'll be looking over the newest addition to my classic Scooby Doo collection. But before we get started, I need to address two things. First, I understand that this specific collection, which is sitting in front of us right now, is not brand new. It actually came out on June 4th or so of 2019. If you're watching this the day that it goes out, it's obviously January of 2020. So this is not brand new, and I do understand that. This is just when I just got my hands on it right now, just for whatever reasons I didn't have the time or whatever, so I just got it now. So there's that. And secondly, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, and then by leaving a like, you're allowing a broader audience to see this video, and I really appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy classic Scooby-Doo cartoons, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button for new videos every morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. Lastly, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, as I will be responding to all of them. Now, let's get into today's Sunday morning sit-down. So, for starters, I just would like to get a bit of background information about where I bought this, how much it costs, things like that. So anyway, I purchased this on Amazon for $35.99. Now, that's quite a hefty price in my opinion. Now, if I don't exactly remember the exact price that I bought my other collection of the new Scooby Doo movies, because it was like 5 years ago, but I want to say it was roughly around $25. And I guess kind of that it makes sense, but in my opinion, that is too much for this. I feel like it should be down like $30, because this only includes 7 episodes more than what the other one that I have has. So I don't know. In my opinion, I think that was probably too much. But anyway, also before we get into actually taking a look at like what's like on this film, what's on the outside, what like the cover art is, things like that, I just want to discuss the lost episodes real quick, because I don't know if a lot of people even know what the lost episodes are and why there are lost episodes. And so yeah, I'm gonna do a little, like a brief, very small, I'm trying to put emphasis on that, information about the lost episodes of the new Scooby Doo movies. I do plan to do a full length video about this later on, but I don't have the time this week, and obviously I'd rather do this first and then post that, so do expect that sometime, but just not this moment. Okay, so basically, the lost episodes, I'll tell you what they all are first, actually. So, this collection includes all the lost episodes, as you can see, besides one. This is still missing Wednesday, or ironically, it's still missing Wednesday is Missing, which is featuring the Addams Family. Now, this is just simply due to the fact that Warner Bros. Couldn't obtain the rights to, of course, sell that episode from whoever produces the Addams Family. I don't remember who does, but so yeah, so that is why it's not included on this collection. So now, but the episodes that are included are A Good Medium is Rare, featuring Phyllis Diller; Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde, featuring, of course, Sandy Duncan; The Secret of Shark Island with Sonny and Cher; The Haunted Horseman of Hagglethorne Hall with Davy Jones; The Phantom of the Country Music Hall, featuring Jerry Reed; The Haunted Showboat, featuring Josie and the Pussycats; Scooby-Doo meets Genie, aka The Mystery in Persia, featuring Genie and lastly, The Spirit Spooked Sports Show. That's quite the alliteration. Quite the alliteration there in that phrase. Of course, featuring Tim Conway. So, those are the episodes that are lost, that are included on this collection, hence why there's the almost, because obviously they were forgetting that one episode, but they definitely have came a long way since when they released the first one, and I can't remember exactly when it was, like 2012, maybe even earlier than that. So they have came far from that, and I think myself and other fans can say that they're glad that we at least have those, is it 7 or 6 episodes? They're either 7 lost episodes, including Wednesday's Missing, or 8 including that. So I don't exactly know. But basically the point I'm trying to get along is we're very thankful to at least have this, at least have those episodes, because those were episodes that, I mean, it was just such a treat to be able to see them just because you couldn't buy them on anywhere. And that's another thing with this. Like, you can never buy any of those episodes on any sort of home media, because the only place that you could see them was if they were on TV, which actually where I saw a couple of these. I actually haven't seen every single one of them. I've seen a few of these when I used to see them on TV way back in 2014 and 13. So yeah, so there's that. So now that's just a little bit of information. But now, after hearing that, once again, please stay tuned, because I will make a full-fledged video about the lost episodes and explaining them a little bit more in detail. But let's take a look at like this actual Blu-ray collection, and I'm going to put the script away. If you don't know, I do use a script. It just helps me organize my thoughts better when I'm filming. So we're just going to take a look here about what we got. So obviously we have the new Scooby Doo movies, the almost complete collection. I did get the Blu-ray version, but it's also available on DVD and Amazon Prime Video. But I just had to go with Blu-ray. So, and obviously on the cover art, we got the gang. We have Laurel and Hardy, Phyllis Diller, the Three Stooges, Jerry Reed, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's Jerry Reed, probably. Batman and Robin, Don Knotts, and Sonny and Cher. So that's the front. I guess we'll just kind of move our way around here. So we got Blu-ray of the new Scooby Doo movies, the almost complete collection. Warner Brothers, of course, is who distributes it. Got that on the other side as well. I'm just going to use this with one hand. Let me scoot this back so you guys can see it. Okay, if it'll stand up, that'd be wonderful. Alright, I guess I'm going to hold it. Alright, I'll read the words here, and you guys can get a feel with what we're working with. So, a star-studded event brings your favorite guest stars together with Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. gang. Oh well, in high definition for the first time. So I think when they say for the first time, they're specifically talking about the lost episodes here. And I know that there was a lot of hype around this when it first came out on like the forums, the online forums. So there's that. Of course, got the barcode up in the right-hand corner there. Got the gang right there. I'll go ahead and read this paragraph real quick to you guys, because I don't think there's any way you guys can read that. So anyway, kids who fell in love with the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You TV series were growing up and could enjoy more sophisticated plots and characters. So along came the hour-long The New Scooby-Doo movies. What sets them delightfully and hilariously apart is the marvelous lineup of celebrity guest stars. And here are some of them right here. So the Harlem Globetrotters, Dick Van Dyke, the Three Stooges, Jonathan Winters, Don Knotts, Laurel and Hardy, Mama Cass Elliot, and Sonny and Cher. Some voicing their cartoon themselves, plus the participation of animated heroes like Batman and Robin, Speed Buggy, Genie. This 2-disc Blu-ray set features 23 of the best and spookiest capers. It's no mystery that you're in for a classic good time. So pretty good paragraph there, overall in my opinion. So that, of course, implies that there were 24 episodes of from the new Scooby-Doo movies. So anyway, in the special features section, we got the Hanna-Barbera Kennel Club Roast Scooby-Doo, embarrassing stories of how Scooby-Doo mumbled and clowned his way to animation stardom. Uptown with Scooby-Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters. The Harlem Globetrotters show Scooby-Doo some new tricks. I don't know why that sounded so not fluent at all. I'm so sorry. Girls Rock, Spotlight with Daphne and Velma. Of course, you have some more information down here. As you can see, it's not rated. And this I actually noticed this when I was looking at this, when I just got it, when I just picked it up. Because obviously I got this yesterday, of course, but I just had to wait a day to film it. As you can see, it's 986 minutes, which I calculated that out, and it's like 16 hours and 43 minutes of fun. So that's pretty interesting. That's quite a... I mean, it's actually quite amazing how they're able to pack that much film into just these tiny 2 discs. So, and the resolution is 1080p high definition, 16 by 9, 1.78 to 1. So obviously it is in 1080p, which I think is better than my last collection. I think that's in like 720p or something to that nature. So there's that. I'm not going to read all the information down here, but what I am going to do is we're going to take a look at the actual disc here. So we're going to take off the cover, and I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to take off this plastic here, and we're just going to take a look at the disc and see if there's any episode lists in here. So I'll get through this real quick. Hopefully I won't need a knife because I do not have one on me, and that would be really awkward if I needed one. As I was saying, while I take this off, I'm going to kind of pass on an idea that I've had to you guys. So I've noticed that you guys definitely enjoy watching like the Sunday and the Saturday morning sit-downs more than you enjoy like the episode shorts, which kind of makes sense because I can assume by the end of the week, by like Thursday and Friday, you guys are probably tired of watching Scooby Doo shorts. So I suppose that does make sense, but I was teetering with the idea of potentially creating like a Friday night version of Saturday morning sit-downs. I'm not sure what I'd call it yet. I've fumbled with a few ideas, but I don't know. I mean, I think I would, I'm not sure if I would totally replace the Friday morning episode short, or if I would just have 2 videos that day. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that, but that's just an idea, so comment down below what your guys' opinion is on that. Alright, so here we go. So we got the disc out, or not the disc, but we got the actual DVD cartridge, not DVD, Blu-ray cartridge out of the cardboard. And it looks like it's about the same thing. So we're going to open it up and see if there's any other information here. Do it right here. And it looks like there is. So here we have the discs. So we're going to take a look at this after I take a look. So as you can see, we just got the 2 discs right here. Pretty standard, nothing too special, excuse me. And now we're going to take a look at the episode lists on each disc. So I'll do my best to show you guys this. So disc 1, we have Ghastly Ghost Town with special guests the Three Stooges. Now I'm not sure if this is in chronological order. I don't know these off the top of my head when what came out. So I think it might be though. Actually, now that I'm taking a look at it, it could potentially be. I don't know for sure. But I do plan to do a full review of this collection later on after I watch it and go through the entire thing, so I will definitely include that in my review. Moving on. Ghastly Ghost Town with special guests the Three Stooges, the dynamic Scooby Doo affair with Batman and Robin, the Fricket Fracas with guest star Jonathan Winters, Guess Who's Not Coming to Dinner with special guest Don Knotts, A Good Medium is Rare, good play on words there, with special guest Phil Stiller, Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde with special guest Sandy Duncan, The Secret of Shark Island with special guest Sony and Cher. That's one of the lost episodes. I will go ahead and name through those. So I also skipped over A Good Medium is Rare is also a lost episode. Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde is also a lost episode. The Secret of Shark Island, obviously, with Sony and Cher is a lost episode. The Spooky Fog with Don Knotts. I will, of course, make a note if they are from the lost episode list. Scooby Doo meets Laurel and Hardy with special guest Laurel and Hardy, obviously. The Ghost of the Red Baron with the Three Stooges. The Ghostly Creep from the Deep with Harlem Globetrotters. The Haunted Horseman of Hagglethorne Hall with Davy Jones. Moving on to the back, we have the Phantom of the Country Music Hall with Jerry Reed. That is also one of the lost episodes. The Caped Crusader Caper with Batman and Robin. Loch Ness Mess with the Harlem Globetrotters. I really love that episode. That was one of the first episodes that I ever saw of the new Scooby Doo movies. Actually, that was the first, and I really enjoyed that episode. That's one of my favorite episodes, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, I think in my opinion. That was a double negative. My bad. In my opinion. Alright, moving on. The Mystery of Haunted Island with the Harlem Globetrotters. Once again, also really enjoyed that episode. The Haunted Showboat with Josie and the Pussycats. That will be a lost episode. Scooby Doo meets Genie. Mystery in Persia with Genie and Babu. Babu, is that how you pronounce it? I think so. That is also a lost episode. The Spirit Spooked Sports Show with Tim Conway. That is going to be a lost episode. The Exterminator with Don Adams. Weird Winds of Wyona with Speed Buggy. The Haunted Candy Factory with Mama Cass Elliot. Scooby Doo meets Dick Van Dyke with Dick Van Dyke. I believe that is all. Let me go ahead and recount here and make sure I got all of them. There should be 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3. There's 4. I also the Haunted Horseman of Hagglethorne Hall with Davy Jones also is 1. That puts us up to 4, if I can math correctly. Then we got the Phantom of the Country Music Hall is 5. The Haunted Showboat is 6, and Scooby Doo meets Genie is 7. Perfect. So that does include all the lost episodes, as well as a lot of the other ones. I couldn't really figure out, or not figure out. I didn't notice if there were any of like this of the new Scooby Doo movies that were in there. that are supposed to be in there that aren't in there. So I believe this contains everything besides, of course, Wednesday's Missing. So that's good, and once again, people like myself are very happy that they decided to come out with this and they were able to obtain the rights for those episodes, because I think that'll make the whole viewing experience of this incarnation much better. And I think this is the only one they have problems with, just because they have like the special features and special characters. But anyway, there was a quick glance of the new Scooby Doo movies, the Almost Complete Collection Blu-ray exterior, and of course we did take a look at a little bit of the interior of the DVD casing, Blu-ray casing, excuse me, they're basically the same thing. So once again, I do plan to do a full review of this collection after I watch it in thorough, so stay tuned for that, and I will also be explaining what the lost episodes are in a future video, so once again, stay tuned for that. And of course, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.